What's up, guys? We're back with another Mat Chat with Coach Corey. Today we're talking about advancing through the ranks in the arts.
Yeah, so guys, we've had a lot of new people here lately, and a lot of people joining our grappling classes, both our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and our SAW classes. And I've had a couple of people ask, well, Coach, how do we move up in rank in those arts? Now, guys, the grappling arts are a little bit different than some of the more traditional Taekwondo arts or karate, kung fu, anything like that. We always say like the belts are truly, truly earned. The rank is truly, truly earned. These are not belts that you get for paying a fee. They're not belts that I give you because I like you. I'm a tough coach, and I'm the one that I will give you rank if you earned it, if you deserved it, right? So how are some of the ways we can earn and deserve that? The first and easiest one, believe it or not, is show up to class, right? Every class, guys, that you get in is another hour towards your next rank, right? In Jiu-Jitsu, that's getting your 4 stripes on your white belt until you get to blue. In SAW, it's going up the ranks from white to yellow to orange to green, et cetera, et cetera. You have to show up. You have to make sure you're learning the techniques. You have to make sure you're learning the concepts. So yeah, I know it sounds silly, but the first thing is come to class. Come to class, okay? The next thing I would say, guys, to advance through the ranks is do some study outside of the gym, okay? So I always send our students videos and matches to look over and things to study. That is something you should do. If you're competing in kickboxing, go find kickboxers that kind of like fit what your idea of great kickboxer is and go watch them fight. Go watch their fights. If you're a jiu-jitsu person and you're like, hey, I really want to emulate the style of this jiu-jitsu person. I want to do the things they're doing. Go watch their matches. You can always test stuff out here in the gym. You can always ask me. We can play around with it. But definitely, don't just think, okay, I'm moving up while I'm here. I can also be moving up when I'm studying at home. That's a huge one. Another thing is, and not everyone always likes this, but spar, roll. The way you're going to get better with your techniques, the way you're going to get better with your fighting, is to show that you can actually do this stuff on people that are actively resisting, right? When we roll, if we've been training guillotine choke all week, well, I expect you to have a darn good guillotine choke in a roll that week, right? And you shouldn't just forget it. So that should be something you should actively be doing too, is sparring, even if it's just once or twice every class. That'll go a long way, because once or twice every class, 2 or 3 times in a month, 2 or 3 times in a week, 3-4 weeks in a month, that's a lot of time you end up getting in a live situation. You're learning quite a bit, and that's also going to advance you through the ranks. Another big thing is when we have some of our awesome coaches come by for seminars, go to seminars, okay? Seminars, guys, it's like a class injected with steroids. You're going to learn a lot in a time frame. You're going to be under the watchful eye of whatever great coach we have there, in addition to me, whoever else is on the mats. I know the last few seminars we've had, in addition to our guest instructors, we've also had other black belts come to actually learn, and having them on the floor was helpful for everybody. So making sure you come to those seminars when they are available, because you're going to learn a lot. And in addition to that, just kind of going back to the study at home, when you do go to a seminar, take a notebook and a pen, or also your phone works, has a great camera. Video those things, make sure there's something you're watching or reading over and over so you're actually understanding it and getting the concepts.
Awesome. Now, when it comes to moving up the ranks, so Jiu-Jitsu has very clear, you're earning the next stripe or the next belt. Now, but Muay Thai is a little bit different. I know there are some places that have created certain ranks.
There's some Muay Thai systems that use the belt ranks. This is a little Western for Muay Thai, so I don't use that, but we do use an instructor ranking system. There is once I think you're ready to be an instructor, I'll put it out there. If you're accepted by the organization, the World Muay Thai Council, then you are also considered an instructor. And that's a path I can always create for you as well. But yeah, it's kind of funny. With Muay Thai, there's less of the belt, ranked, and earn. It's more how much sweat and blood you're putting into it, how much sweat, blood, and tears you're putting into it.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite things with Bruce Lee, when people, well, how do you know how good you are? You put on the gloves and you find out how good you are, Awesome, man. I think that's, that gives a really good set. Oh, well, I wanted to say, so Sabat. Sabat has a really interesting, they have where you can earn they do it by glove colors.
yes.
Yeah. But like if you don't compete, there's a certain rank you cannot earn. You can earn like the I think it's the silver glove, but you can't earn the golden glove, I think it is, for the competing, because you can have all the technical knowledge, but if you're not sparring, you can understand things on a technical level, but there's a certain amount that you can only learn through sparring.
Absolutely correct.
In competition.
Absolutely correct. Just the idea of someone is trying to do something to you and you're trying to do something to them and you're both trying to prevent something to happen to each other, right? Like that alone is, you will understand the concepts and the techniques on such a greater level than on just hitting the bag or I'm just hitting the pad. It's like, oh, this is what I'm hitting for real when I'm getting my sparring in or my work in.
Awesome.